All right, so we got a request to take a deep dive into Allan Kardec's The Spirits book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, specifically Part 3, Chapter 3.
Okay.
The Law of Labor.
Interesting.
Now, I got to admit, I've never really thought about, like, talking to spirits about work before.
It's definitely a unique perspective.
Yeah.
You know, Kardec was really interested in getting these different viewpoints on, like, the human experience. And so instead of just asking, you know, philosophers or economists or, you know, whoever,
Right.
he was going straight to the source, at least in a spiritual sense.
So what do the spirits have to say about work?
Well, they come right out and say that labor is a natural law.
Okay.
And not just for our bodies, but for our spirits, too.
Mhm.
It's a little bit heavier than your average, you know, TGIF feeling.
Yeah, a little more profound than that.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not just about, like, you know, working to survive or to put food on the table.
Right.
It's something deeper.
It's something deeper. They even compare humans to animals, and they say animals work purely out of instinct.
Uh-huh.
But humans, on the other hand, we use labor to build, to invent, to really push the boundaries of what's possible.
So you're saying, like, it's kind of baked into, like, our evolution as a species.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it.
It makes me wonder about all those, like, sci-fi scenarios
Hmm.
where, you know, technology has advanced so much
Right.
that robots do all the work and humans just kind of, like, you know, chill out all day.
Right. Like
The utopian future.
Exactly. Did Kardec ask the spirits about that?
He did, and their response was really fascinating.
Okay.
They said that, you know, in these more evolved societies, the focus shifts away from basic needs.
Okay.
So, yeah, maybe the robots are doing the dishes,
Yeah.
but the spirits were adamant that humans would never just stop working altogether.
So what are we doing in this robot-run utopia?
Well, they say we would shift more towards intellectual pursuits and contributing to the well-being of others.
It's like even when we've conquered, like, material needs the drive to create, to contribute, it's still there.
Right.
Work might look different, but it doesn't disappear.
Okay, but what about, like, those trust fund kids, you know, the ones who inherit a ton of money and never have to work a day in their lives?
Yeah.
Do the spirits give them a pass?
You know, it's funny you should ask that because Kardec actually addressed that very question.
Oh, wow.
And the spirits acknowledged that, yeah, maybe someone with a lot of wealth doesn't have to do backbreaking labor.
Right.
But they said the obligation to be useful actually intensifies for those people.
Ah.
It's almost like their resources give them a responsibility to find ways to benefit others.
Interesting. It's like saying, hey, you've got a head start, so don't squander it.
Exactly.
It's a pretty powerful message.
Yeah.
Especially when you think about, you know, all the conversations we have today about wealth inequality.
Yeah, it really is. It makes you rethink the whole purpose of wealth.
Right.
Is it just about personal comfort?
Uh-huh.
Or is it a tool to make a positive impact?
Makes you think about those giving pledges that some billionaires make.
Right.
But it sounds like the spirits are hinting at something deeper than just, you know, writing a check.
Oh, absolutely. It's about recognizing that everyone has a role to play in society,
Yeah.
regardless of their economic status.
It makes me wonder how we even measure usefulness in a society that values some jobs so much more than others,
That's a great question.
even if they don't really contribute to, like, the common good.
Yeah.
I mean, is a hedge fund manager inherently more useful than a teacher?
It's tough to say.
It's a really complex issue.
And it's one that Kardec seemed to want us to really grapple with. He even asks the spirits about finding work,
Oh, wow.
which is a challenge for a lot of people. And their response really emphasized the importance of education and not just job skills,
Oh.
but moral education too.
So it's not just about learning how to work,
Right.
but understanding the why behind it.
yeah, like what is the purpose of our work?
That's a pretty big ask in a world that often seems to prioritize profit over ethics.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It sounds like the spirits are saying that a society with strong moral foundations is better equipped to tackle issues like unemployment.
Absolutely. They suggest that when people are guided by principles like integrity and compassion,
Right.
they're more likely to make choices that benefit everyone, not just themselves.
Okay. I can see the connection there. But let's be real. We all need a break sometimes.
Of course.
Even the most ethical worker can't go 24/7.
Absolutely.
Did the spirits have anything to say about the importance of rest?
They did. They considered rest to be just as vital as labor.
Oh, wow.
Not only does it help restore our physical strength, but they saw it as a way to reconnect with our spiritual selves,
Okay.
to detach from the material world and recharge those inner batteries.
So it's not just about binge watching Netflix.
Right.
although I'm sure they wouldn't
You
judge.
don't think they would.
But it's about taking time to reflect, to recharge. It seems like the spirits are really big on balance.
Balance is key.
And this balance extends to how we approach work itself. Kardec asked them about the limits of labor, and their answer is pretty insightful.
Oh, yeah. What do they say?
They said, and I quote, "The limit of one's strength, however, in this regard, God leaves people free to decide what their limit is."
That's interesting.
So it's about listening to our own bodies and minds, not just pushing ourselves to the brink.
Which is something a lot of us could probably benefit from in our kind of hustle-driven world.
Right.
It really challenges us to think about what a healthy work-life balance really looks like.
Exactly.
And it also raises questions about how we as a society can create work environments that support that balance.
There's definitely a lot to unpack there.
For sure. You know, it's amazing how Kardec was already thinking about these ideas back in the 1800s.
Oh, yeah.
Work-life balance, ethical workplaces.
It's crazy, right?
It's like he was tapping into something timeless about being human.
It really is. And speaking of ethics, I'm curious what the spirits had to say about those in positions of power. Did Kardec ask about, bosses who push their workers too hard?
He did, and the spirits didn't hold back.
Oh, really?
They said anyone abusing their authority to overload their workers is going against God's law.
Wow, no mincing words there.
Nope, straight to the point.
It's interesting, though, because so much of our work culture today still glorifies the grind, working long hours.
The hustle.
It's like we haven't quite caught up to the spirit's wisdom.
It makes you wonder if we've lost sight of something important.
Right.
That the spirits seem to be saying that real leadership isn't about pushing people to their limits, but about creating an environment where everyone can thrive.
Yeah, it's that whole leading by example thing, right? Not just barking orders from some ivory tower.
Right.
But what about the flip side? What about when people are ready to step back from working?
Okay.
Did Kardec ask about retirement?
He did, and the spirits were all for it.
Really?
They were adamant that no one should be forced to work past their capacity. And that includes taking a well-deserved break after a lifetime of labor.
That makes sense. Our bodies and minds can only handle so much.
Right. They need time to rest and recover.
Exactly. But what about those folks who rely on work to survive, but can't physically do it anymore?
Right.
Did the spirits address that?
Kardec asked them that very question.
Okay.
And their answer was all about community.
Oh, interesting.
They said those who are stronger should support the weaker.
Mm.
And if family can't step up, then society as a whole needs to provide for those in need.
So it's like a collective responsibility to take care of each other.
Exactly. It can't just be every person for themselves.
Right. It's about recognizing the inherent worth of every individual.
Absolutely, even when they can't contribute economically.
It puts a whole new spin on those debates about Social Security and welfare programs.
Yeah, it reframes the conversation.
It's not about handouts. It's about recognizing our shared humanity.
And the idea that we're all in this together.
Exactly. But we can't ignore the reality of unemployment. Did Kardec bring that up with the spirits?
He did, and they called it a calamity.
Wow.
Just as devastating as famine.
That's a powerful comparison.
It highlights the importance of work not just for survival, but for our sense of purpose and dignity.
So what was the spirits' take on potential solutions?
Their response was interesting.
Okay.
Instead of getting into specific economic policies, they emphasized moral education as the foundation for a healthy society.
So again, it's not just about job skills.
Right.
It's about fostering a sense of ethics and responsibility.
Exactly. It's about equipping people to make good choices, even in tough times.
The spirits seem to believe that when people are grounded in strong values, they're more likely to make decisions that benefit the whole community.
It's like they're planting a seed for a more resilient and compassionate society.
It makes you think about how we define success.
Yeah.
Is it all about individual achievement?
Right.
Or is there a greater good to consider?
And that brings us to a really important point, that Kardec raises the relationship between education and creating a more just society.
Oh, yeah.
This is something the spirits have a lot to say about, and we'll dive into that more in part 3.
So we've been having this really interesting conversation about work and society through the lens of Allan Kardec's The Spirits book.
Yeah, some really deep stuff.
And I'm fascinated by how this idea of moral education keeps coming up.
It's definitely a cornerstone of spiritist thinking.
It's like they're saying it's the key to a better future.
Kardec believed that education, especially moral education, was essential for progress,
That's right.
both for individuals and for society as a whole.
And the spirits seem to back that up.
Definitely.
They really emphasize cultivating strong character and a sense of responsibility.
It's about more than just, book smarts. It's
Right.
about nurturing those qualities that make us better humans.
Like honesty, compassion, a sense of duty towards others.
Exactly.
And that goes beyond just the classroom, right?
Absolutely. It starts with family. The values we're exposed to growing up.
It's about creating a culture that values ethical behavior.
Exactly.
I can see how that ties into the spirit's view of labor as a means of personal growth,
Right.
not just survival.
And contributing to the common good.
But I'm still trying to wrap my head around this idea that moral education can actually help solve something as complex as unemployment.
Yeah.
It feels a little idealistic.
It's a fair point. Unemployment has so many different factors.
Right.
Economics, technology, globalization.
It's not like teaching someone to be honest is suddenly going to create more jobs.
Right.
So how do we reconcile those two ideas?
I think the spirits are pointing to a shift in mindset.
Okay.
They're suggesting that when individuals are grounded in ethical principles,
Uh-huh.
they're more likely to make choices that lead to a healthier, more resilient society.
So even if it doesn't directly create jobs,
Yeah,
it could lead to a society that's better equipped to handle those challenges.
I think that's what they're getting at.
Imagine a workforce where people are genuinely driven by a desire to contribute,
Right.
to innovate, to make a positive impact.
That would be amazing.
Wouldn't that kind of environment be more likely to foster economic growth and opportunity?
I think so. It makes you wonder if maybe we've been approaching the problem from the wrong angle.
Instead of just focusing on job training,
Yeah,
maybe we need to invest more in developing character and social responsibility.
I think the spirits would agree with that.
It's like they're saying true progress isn't just about material wealth,
Uh-huh.
but about moral and spiritual evolution.
And that evolution starts with each individual.
This whole conversation has really gotten me thinking about my own work,
Yeah, me too.
my own values, and how I can contribute to making the world a better place.
That's the power of Kardec's work, right?
It pushes us to ask those deeper questions.
To really examine our lives and our place in the world.
The law of labor isn't just about punching a clock.
No, it's about so much more.
It's a call to action, a challenge to use our talents to make a difference.
A difference for ourselves and for the greater good.
It's been a fantastic journey exploring these ideas with you.
Likewise.
And for anyone listening, we hope this has inspired you to think about your own relationship with work
Yeah.
and the role you play in shaping the world around you.
Thanks for joining us.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep striving to make a positive impact.
Until next time.